Earlier you mentioned kind of grief in the context of things that we worry about, and the process of the mind leading us down a path, which can be kind of very troubling for us. I think there is a distinction with grief.
Okay.
Because actually I think that grief is something you should experience in the moment.
Okay.
Because grief is a sense of loss, and it's a sense of loss of love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's let's put it. No, it's not a loss of love. It's an expression of love, and I think it's extremely important to feel that, because what you're feeling, because love is something you feel in the moment, and grief is just one aspect of feeling love. So I think it's one of those experiences you should have in the moment. Whereas I think there are certain things which are either hankering to the past in a kind of lamenting way and regrets, and that can be damaging. That's different from nostalgia. I think nostalgia you can experience in the moment about the past, and again, it's a feeling of connection and love. And worrying about the future is that type of projection is what causes us the biggest problem.
Yes.
That we constantly kind of project and think, well, in the future this will be like that, and that, and that type of worry and fear, I think, is debilitating, because it's not in the now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let me add to that. I would say, maybe I should qualify what I said earlier so there's no misunderstanding. I was thinking more of the sort of thoughts that are going nowhere. There's not necessarily an emotional content, and I'm not saying avoid the emotions. In fact, I would say the opposite. I entirely agree with you. I wouldn't just stop at grief, actually. I would say if there's pain, be with the pain.
Yeah.
If there's anger, be with the anger. If there's sadness, be with the sadness. This is one of the things that I learned in India. They say, experience it fully in the now. So don't push it away. That's part of our problem.
But experience it in the now and not use it as a projection for the future. If you've got pain now, don't think, oh, my life's just going to go downhill, I'm going to be miserable for the rest of my life. Just experience it now.
Well, you see what happens, in my experience, when we have pain, when we have fear, when we have all these emotions, what tends to happen is that when the mind takes over, and it's like, all the associations come in, what if this, what if that, the sort of logic and the analysis, right? If we can get out of our minds and actually focus on the feelings, whatever those feelings are, the sensations, as you might say, to connect with that and get out of the mind. I know it's not easy because, certainly not for me, then that's when we can experience it fully and allow it then to be integrated and or released from our energy bodies in the way that then is, if you like, congruent, and it's sort of self-generating rather than self-defeating, if you see what I'm saying. It's actually regenerative, and it's empowering in that sense.